Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Cindy Daychek with Queen Bee Creations, and today's craft is all about stars. So whether you're doing them up for Christmas, for other holidays, or for your own home decor, we got you covered. We're gonna take a very common holiday item and turn it into something gorgeous. So let's just jump right into it. For this Christmas project, we are going to be making some stars out of clothespins. So to do this, we want to take the clothespins apart to begin with. So just kind of twist, and they kind of just separate off of the wood part. I don't know exactly right now what to do with those springs, but I kept mine because I'll put them in a tin labeled clothespin springs, and I'm sure there will come a day that I will have something to do with them. So for each of our stars, we are going to need 8 clothespins, and we are going to be putting them together so they look like this. We're going to be doing more to them. This just forms the base of it, but look how lovely that is already. Such a nice shape. So all that we're going to do, take these apart. This one just doesn't want to twist right. And then we're going to be using hot glue. So we are going to be gluing each of these halves back together again. And we want to glue the mirror images together. So we're going to glue them together like this so that we create this lovely little spindle, kind of almost like a snowflake pattern. So again, hot glue, always be careful. Just run a bead down there and push it together, set it off to the side while you do the others. Now you could use wood glue for this part, and perhaps for all of it, but quite honestly, when we go to glue all of these together, you're gonna wish that you had the hot glue to be able to do it nice and quick, and also to hold it really firmly. If you were using wood glue for the next section, where we glue all these into our star format, then you're probably going to end up having to clamp them in some way, and it just creates a headache that I wouldn't want to have. So hot glue it. And you can see I am using a little cheapo hot glue gun from the dollar store. So it does not take a big expensive, gee, I don't know if I'm going to craft enough to be able to justify a hot glue gun. Buy one of the cheapo ones for this. Right? I'm using Gorilla Glue sticks just because I'm doing this for the store, for some of the decorations for Christmas. I'd like it to be a little hardy. So I'm using a really good glue stick, but again, you can just use even the dollar store glue, and that would be fine. So I'm on the last one. You can see already how quickly this goes. And then we're already ready to begin assembly. Now, what I do is I take 2 of these facing each other, okay? So the fat ends facing each other. And I don't glue those together, I just have them facing each other. But we're gonna start by doing 4. So we've got north, south, east, west. And on the east and west ones, I put glue on both sides of those little angled ends and stick them into and against the north-south pieces. And that just glues right in perfectly. It's like they were made for this craft. Just check every so often that you're not gluing it down to your table. And then that's all ready. So you've got a nice big T, big X, cross, whatever makes it stick in your head. And all we're gonna do with these next pieces is, again, glue both of those angled edges, and we're gonna stick them right into those gaps. And again, it really does fit perfectly in there. So we're just going to put those into the angles. it in, let it dry. And we're already good to go. Look how lovely. And look how fast that is. So these, I think, would make great, when they're finished, great decorations on the tree. If you like really big decorations, they would be awesome on the top of a Christmas gift or as a little housewarming gift. But obviously, we have not blinged these up enough for them to be finished yet. So I'm gonna take these outside and spray paint them. So I'm gonna do some in a soft blue, I'm gonna do some in a white. You can do yours in whatever color. If you really want to bling it out and do like a silver or a gold, you can. I'm going a little bit farmhouse, a little bit cottage core with these, so I am going to do them in slightly more muted colors, but any color will work for this project. Wait and see where we're going with it, and then you make your decisions and do what makes sense for you. Okay? See you as soon as I've got them sprayed. And I'm going to spray both sides too, by the way. One coat, possibly two, probably 2 light coats to be able to get nice even coverage. Now I've got a couple of different ideas on how I might want to decorate my stars. But one of the ways is that I wanted to have something kind of in the center to kind of set things off. So what I have done is made some little pinwheels from a really fine jute, which was this roll, so you can see the size of it, and little pearl strings. So this is just little pearls on a chain. To do this, the easiest way to make these, you can see that they've all got a backing, was I took some just sheeting fabric and my glue gun, and you just take a little dab of glue in the center and drop the beginning of your jute or the beginning of your pearl strand in, and you just start turning it in a circle. So my jute cooled just slightly, and then you can start turning it. And as you go, all that you want to do is drop just a teeny tiny little bit of glue down, and then turn your string or your strand of pearls around that until it catches, so that you just keep going around in a circle until you have no more fabric left. And you'll find, because you probably didn't start in the exact center of the circle, you'll have a little bit of fabric off on one edge. Just trim that away. So we just keep going, wrapping this around itself in a little tiny edge, put a little dollop of glue to hold it down periodically, and you just keep going until you run out of fabric base for it. And then you have one of those little pinwheel bases that we can use to add just a little bit more embellishment. Now I've got a couple of ways in mind to perhaps decorate my little stars up, but I haven't done any of them yet, so I don't know which ones I'm gonna like, which ones I'm gonna prefer. I just know that for me, I don't want them to all be done the same. So I would like, you know, if I was decorating the tree with these, that, you know, I think I did 6. So I'd probably want 2, 2, and 2, maybe at the most, right? So that way I have on my tree, I have the same color and shape of star, but I have a little bit of variety with it too. And really, once you have these started, they really start going quite quickly. All right, I promised you 3 different ways to be able to maybe embellish your stars. And I just discovered, I was talking to the camera while it was not filming. Yay me! So what I am doing is I am adding a row of rhinestones. So from Totally Dazzled, in addition to some of the other bling that I bought this roll of mesh rhinestone. So it's got little tiny mesh ridges that you can cut in between. So I cut out 8 of them, one for each leg of my star, arm of my star. I'm gonna go with arm, that sounds nicer. And I'm just gluing it down. And so we're gonna finish this one off together, and then I'm gonna show you the other 2 that I did while I thought I was talking to you. You know that you've been filming too much when you're talking to just dead air. Okay, so super cool. And then also from Totally Dazzled, I have this little rhinestone and pearl embellishment that I'm gonna stick right in the center. And these are really pretty inexpensive. So when it seems that I'm using it willy-nilly, it's because it is not all that costly. So it wouldn't make sense to be adding a lot of money to clothespins, right? But look at how pretty that ends up, apart from the glue strands. Look how pretty that ends up making this one. Now, you recall that we had made little rounds on little matte backings out of our jute and out of our little pearls. So what I did do was I glued that pearl mat into the center of my star, and then I just glued a little snowflake embellishment from Totally Dazzled in the center as well. So totally different look, but equally blingy. For those that are not into bling, we had our little jute mat. So again, going a little bit more in the natural color tone. And all my stars, I spray painted in a Serenity blue chalk paint. You could do any color of your choice. I was just a little tired of painting white. I just have been painting a lot of white things lately. I don't know why, but I have. So I needed to go another color. So I thought that this soft color would work equally well with all of my projects. So what I did with this one was I took my jute round, glued it into the center, and then I glued one of those little sola wood flowers in the center. So it looks super sweet, but this is a non-bling one. So if you are I don't like the bling, Cindy, this one's for you, right? You know, it's Christmas, so it's one of the times that maybe I do some blingy stuff, but I am more typically more of the natural kind of girl. I don't wear a lot of bling myself, so this one as well. But I will say this, I think that they all go together extremely well. I don't think that you have to have sparkle on everything for them to go with each other, and I don't have a problem that this one is gold and this one is silver for them to go together. So if you were using these in a vignette together, if you were hanging them on your tree, you want to use the decorations together, I don't think that's a problem. Now, I am going to leave these as is. I like the idea of them just kind of standing up and leaning against something, using an tiered tray or that kind of thing. If you wanted to use them as part of a decoration on your tree, then you could simply just affix a little bit of ribbon, glue it on either side, and let it hang from there. So just take one of your points and attach using a really strong glue, or using your glue gun to be able to attach them. That would work perfectly well. But I'm really happy with how they turned out and what they look like. I don't think that people are automatically going to look at them and think that you started with clothespins. So super cute idea. Obviously you can embellish the centers in whatever way that you want. painting them whatever color you want that's going to work with your decor. I hope you give it a try. If you do, I'd love to hear from you. And if you have some other ideas and suggestions for people about how they could embellish them or how they could use them, I know they'd love to hear from you too. Thank you for tuning in. Check out Queen Bee Creations Home for any of your paint and supplies that you need. I'll drop in the links for some of the places that I have made purchases from for the Totally Dazzled bling, for the solar wood flowers, so you can check them out, pick up some of your own if you would like. But apart from that, I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.